Hello and welcome. My name's Brendan, the developer for Bloobs Adventure Idle, and it's been a while since our last DevLog. It was Christmas, and since then we have so much that has been added to the game, so much new content, levels raised to 100 and beyond, and lots of new UI reworks and graphical reworks have also been done as well. I would like to show you today a bit of an overview. And yeah, let's get the ball rolling and get into the game. And here we are back in Havenport. And as you can see, the UI has been updated. I have fresh liquor paint on all the game's icons. Lots of items have been redone. The bank UI has been remade. So many things have happened. All the skill UIs have been redone, loads of quality of life. We have the new codex that's been made as well. This is basically an area that you can go where you will find your bestiary. So if we go here, we can go for our highest kill count, and we can see our highest kill count are walked wyverns, and it shows a lot of information from when these are done. Thief's log, we can go for the highest first here. Item compendium, which is basically a massive collection system for the entire game. So I track every item that you acquire and all that you don't acquire. And then if you would like to, you can go and fill out this information. Then I also track the achievements in game, and I use Steam API to pull this information in. And yeah, you can now view this from inside the game as well, which is a nice little touch. A big thing is the world map used to be a static image, and still is, but I used to basically take a really low quality screenshot, but now we can zoom in. Now obviously when you zoom into a certain amount, there's going to be some pixelation or whatever, but it's much better. We can now drag the map around, we can scroll in. We couldn't do this before, and this will be updated more in the future, but now you can have a quick look around the game, and yeah, it just makes it a lot easier for the user. And you can see little interaction points there, so you know that's going to be a dexterity requirement. So normally when we have some sort of little patch on the ground, that normally would say there's going to be a dexterity requirement there or something else. So like I say, and then the prestige UI got an overhaul as well. Same with spells, teleports. Everything that is UI based was redone. The bestiary, beast mastery store and task system has also been made a lot nicer for the player. So there's many features that were requested that have been added to this as well. Also, there's one thing that is really nice. So we used to have a skill animation, and that used to just be a general animation, but now it's actually based on what you're using. So currently I am level 5, but I'm using my golden axe, which has a level 1 requirement, and that is from my inventory. So the game uses either from your inventory or from your equipment system, so it'll always use the best one, and this is determined on the progress stat. So yeah, that's how that's determined, and we can do the same here with foraging. So if we go to forage here, you'll see that it will use the best one and an animation plays. The same with fishing, the same with mining, and there's recently been a bunch of graphical overhauls. This is the wheelbase. All the skills now progress up to 100, so that is huge for the game. I'm currently working on a brand new skill. That's why there's a teaser icon down at the bottom. The combat level used to be there, it's now shifted over into the combat style select. So we go into the Goblin Mines. This is our new reworked area, and you can see how pretty this area looks. And recently, So what I do, I'll just explain what I do now, is when you go into a dungeon, I set the global light color to more of a grey tone. So when you're outside, it's a nice bright white. When you go into a dungeon, it goes a bit darker, and based on the dungeon is based on what color. I might theme them a purple or a greenish hue when you go into a toxic dungeon. Recently, all the ores have also been updated. There's so many things, and this Goblin Mine, compared to what it used to be, is huge. So you can see here, there we go, and we have the Goblin Mines over there, and I'll quickly go over it, and I'll explain what the clock is in a second. So the clock in the top right hand corner in the minimap is another new feature that's come into Bloobs. Well, the issue Bloobs had, it never had a offline progress system. Now, in Bloobs, we do this differently. Some idle games go along the way of, if you're doing mining and you exit the game, you come back and it'll say you have been mining and you gain this much and this much and this much and you give this resources. Now, what I do is when you are away from the game, I store that time. So when you come back, you can now use that time. So what do I mean by that? If I go here and I click activate, what happens is I speed the game up. So whatever time you were away, you now just get this back. Now, there is a caveat to this. If you use ×3, you're now essentially wasting some seconds, right? But this is, let's say I want to use 6 hours fast, right? Now, that would actually only take me 2 hours to use, but I'm getting this so much faster, yet I'm using a bit more seconds for my cost, but I'm getting more out of it faster. So it all depends on, it's player choice. You don't have to do that. You could just go with ×2, which you don't waste anything at all, or you can go with ×3, and you do use more, but you get more out of it. So it's player choice. So yeah, there's some things that have been done. And also, if I click here, we have weapon animations now as well. So you can see that Bloob doesn't have arms and it doesn't have feet or anything like that. So what I did is I made an animation for a general animation for all the weapons. So I do some scaling tricks and some moving on the Z to make this animation in code, and I do this with all styles. So this is the melee one, and if you want to explore and go and see how the bow works, we could just bank some items quickly. We just bank these quick, and these, and so I can show you quickly if equipment is locked. Let's just unlock the equipment then. Let's go up a bow and make sure we are selected with range, and we come down here. There's been a lot more little things, something like Y sorting. So when you are at the bottom of a tree, Bloob's hat won't clip. Thieving stalls, if you go to the bottom, you don't clip. But if you just go up a bit and you start thieving, what will happen is this render now fades, so it looks like you are kind of behind the store, so you thieve from just at the side, and yeah. But that was a little thing I did. I did a lot of Y sorting across many different objects across the game. So anyway, if we were to try range now, and we can see there's a range animation. Now what I do is I rotate the bow based on the position of the enemy. So I do a scaling. I scale the bow up. So I scale its sides upwards and then back down to make it look like it's almost drawing. It's not perfect, but I think it sells it. It's better than not seeing it. And yeah, we position the bow to the angle of the arrow that's fired, And yeah, so we now have a range-based combat as well. That is also a new thing that I added. There we go. So there's also new death animations as well. Let me just turn this up a little bit. Go. There was another thing as well with magic. So magic now, based on the spell you are firing, it now changes the colour of the animation that it fires. So there's some nice little VFX change. There's also an Easter event that's currently going on. So if we popped into there, we would go into the Easter event area. We'll pop on over, and I'll just do a quick zoom out. And yeah, there's Mega Chicken and Easter Bunny, but I'll let you go in there because they have potty mouths and are rude. And it seems like these have broken, so I'll have to fix them. Yeah, I will patch them up today, but usually you can leave that area. What else has been going on with Bloobs? Now, I don't think anyone... I think back then, Hinterland was not in the game. I don't have the level, I'm not an engine, so I can't cheat my level, but I can give you a bit of an overview if you would like to see something. So if you get 92 dexterity, you can go and travel over there. What else changed as well? We updated the Forgotten Shore. So yeah, if we go out now, this is our Mushroom Kingdom style area with a lot of high level content. Everything goes up to 100. There is the exception of Beast Mastery in the Hinterlands, which I can go to, I just recalled. There is some mobs which go over 100, so there's up to 130 Beast Mastery. They are currently not tasks, but you can go and challenge these if you would like to. So yeah, what other things have I done? So many. The music system was overhauled. The game settings has just been overhauled as well to make it easier to understand for the player. I added some accessibility left or right mouse button to move. So if you clicked right mouse button, you would only move when pressing the right mouse button, just for little quality of life features for people. You can set your own save interval now, which is the nice one. Font has been in there for a long time, so that is still in game. And yeah, there's many new areas. Like I say, I'm working on a new skill. There's still daily, multiple patches daily and weekly. So yeah, the game is not stopped. I have not stopped, and I will not stop. I'm now receiving help with world building. So we have Pearcare, which has been a part of our team for ages. It's me and Engine majority doing everything else, but Pear helps with game design, skill design, just everything, to be honest with you. And the new dungeons are absolutely incredible. So what can you expect for the future of Bloobs? A brand new skill, all the will to be updated. And yeah, I will keep plugging on. There's been many little things. If you click here and you are woodcutting, you can now click here and you have what I call the quick invocation system. So every skill that has an invocations, which we use devotion for, instead of going through here, we can literally just click on here, click here, and these will be organized for us, so it's easy access. So yeah, there's other little things in regards to if you hover over arrows, it now tells you the chance not to consume. Same with how it does for magic spells. When you hover over a spell, it'll tell you your free cast chance as well. We have a auto teleport system, which it's not how you would think it's more of a training method. So if you're a skiller and you don't really do mage and don't want to do combat, you can actually use the Havenport magic spell. And what you could do is you could set auto. So if I click back here and I went to auto and I just pressed Havenport, what the game would do is just keep teleporting back to that spot over and over and over again. So that enables you to have another training method. So yeah, I think I'm going to leave it there for today, guys. I'm sorry it's been such a long time. I just wanted to get a video out just to say I am still here. We are still receiving updates. We will get so much more. The game's content will go to 1,000. And who knows, we might go above that in the future. But my core, what I want to solely get done this year is I want to come out of early access. I want all the games, Overworld and Dungeons graphics to be updated, yeah, I want the content to keep going up. The new skill is coming. I don't have an ETA on this. I want to keep progressing the levels higher and higher and higher for people, which will also make the game faster at the same time. And then we will look towards the future. We will come out of the early access. We will polish the game as much as we can, and we will just keep going. This is my dream game, and you all make this possible. So thank you for supporting me. If you would like to share the game around with your friends, that would be absolutely amazing. There is a demo that your friend can go and try, or yourself, and that would be amazing too. Even if you haven't purchased the game but you played the demo and you want to make some suggestions, jump into the Discord, let's have a chat. We are a big community. Our community is absolutely amazing. But anyway, guys, that is it for today. I hope you all have a lovely day, and I'll see you in the next one.